Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well. My name is Divya and welcome to my channel D Scripts. So, have you ever wondered why a certain scene in movie makes you feel calm, emotional or tense? Sometimes it's not just the acting or the dialogue, but it can also be the color used in the film. In cinema, color is more than just a decoration. It works like a visual language that communicates emotions to the audience. This concept is known as color psychology, which refers to how colors influence human behavior and actions. And in this video, I will be talking about the color psychology and color palette used in the movie Call Me By Your Name, particularly through the colors worn by Elio and Oliver. So, what is color psychology? Color psychology refers to the way in which colors affect our reactions, feelings, and moods. Filmmakers often use colors to visually communicate emotions. For example, red is often associated with passion or intensity, and blue represents calmness or sadness, and yellow may represent joy, warmth, and positivity. These are not just strict rules but emotional associations that filmmakers use to influence how the audience experiences a particular scene. Color palette in films. Along with color psychology, films also use something called as a color palette. So a color palette is a selection of colors that a film consistently uses to create a visual identity. There are different types of color palette. For example, monochromatic palette, which uses different shades of one color, and then there is complementary palette, which uses opposite colors to create contrast, and then there is analogous palette, which uses similar colors to create harmony. And in Call Me By Your Name, the palette mainly consists of soft pastels, creams, blues, and natural earthy tones, which reflect the calm and intimate atmosphere of the story. Character color contrast. One interesting aspect of the film is how the colors worn by Elio and Oliver reflect their personalities. Elio is mostly seen wearing light pastel colors, which represents youth, innocence, and emotional openness. Oliver, on the other hand, is seen wearing darker and neutral tones, which suggest maturity, confidence, and composure. This visual contrast helps the audience understand their personality even before they express their emotions verbally. However, in some scenes, both characters are seen wearing cream colored outfits. So, this may suggest that they are gradually becoming comfortable with each other and developing an emotional connection and a bond. Red and cream colors. In a scene where the characters go out together for the first time, we can see use of red and cream along with tints of blue and brown. Oliver, who is on the left, is wearing beige on cream colors. These colors often represent calmness and sophistication, showing that Oliver is composed and confident, and Elio on the right is seen wearing red and blue, which capture youthful energy, passion, and curiosity. These colors visually highlight their differences. Oliver appears calm and composed, while Elio shows emotional excitement and attraction. Blue tones and emotional atmosphere. This frame uses tints of blue color which also match the background scene. Usually filmmakers would want the subjects to stand out from the background in the frame, but making the subjects wear tints of blue beautifully captures the essence of young love and romance in this scene. Blues through the journey. As the relationship between Elio and Oliver develops, blue becomes one of the most important color codes in their relationship. The repeated use of blue throughout the film helps reinforce the feeling of intimacy and emotional balance between them. For example, in this scene, blue suggests new adventure and journey in the relationship, and in this scene, where both characters wear soft shades of blue, the color begins to tie them. Blue represents calmness, emotional depth, and understanding. Instead of showing contrast between the characters, the color blue acts like a bridge between them. It moves them away from the differences they were having earlier in the film and places them in a shared emotional space. By mirroring each other in the shades of blue, the film quietly shows that their emotions are becoming aligned. In the last scene, when they depart, both characters are seen wearing blue outfits, which represents melancholy and a serene feeling of summer love. As the relationship between Elio and Oliver develops, blue becomes one of the most important colors in their love story. Blue here represents emotional depth, yearning, and longing. By wearing similar shades of blue, the film visually suggests that their emotions are becoming aligned and the characters are no longer acting as separate individuals but are beginning to share a deeper connection. Pastel colors and elio. So elio is frequently seen wearing soft pastel colors including pink, and pink is often associated with warmth, affection and femininity. In this film, this color reflects elio's innocence, youthfulness, sensitive and vulnerable personality. The pastel shade also blends beautifully with the natural green surroundings, which enhances the soft and romantic atmosphere of the film and creates a sense of subtle warmth, feelings of yearning, longing, and depth. Emotional vulnerability and lighting. In the final scene of the movie, we see white and black as the shirt color that Elio wears when warm light falls on his face while the background remains darker. The contrast highlights his sadness and vulnerability. That is why more emphasis is given to the orange hue falling on his face, which acts as a perfect backdrop for the emotional depthness in this scene. The background appears to be gloomy and cloudy, whereas Elio is composed in such a way that even though there is sadness, there is also a light that suggests hope, nostalgia, and a change in his life. Overall, Call Me By Your Name uses color very thoughtfully to express the emotional richness and personalities of its characters. Through costume colors such as pastel shades, creams, blues, reds, and lush green backgrounds, the film visually communicates innocence, maturity, passion, summer love through its cinematography. This shows how color psychology and color palette play an important role in storytelling, allowing filmmakers to communicate emotions visually without relying only on dialogue and acting. That is it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.